So, let's talk about something incredibly tough. What happens when your friend gets diagnosed with ALS? It's one of those moments where the world just stops, not just for them, but for you too. We're going to walk through that shared journey, the difficult, messy, but ultimately vital path of friendship in the face of one of life's biggest challenges.
Yeah, a punch to the gut. Honestly, is there a better way to put it? It's just visceral. So let's start right there. Let's not dance around it. We're diving into that raw, shocking moment where everything, absolutely everything changes. You know, the first thing anyone has to do is just process it. It's a complete upheaval. Everything you thought you knew about your life, your shared future, it's all thrown into question.
And here's a concept that's so important to understand. It's called anticipatory grief. It's this strange, heavy feeling where you're already mourning, but not for something that's been lost. You're mourning the future you thought you had. You're grieving the changes you know are coming, even before they fully arrive. It's a really complex emotion to sit with.
That grief quickly spirals into a whole whirlwind of other emotions. Of course, there's shock, there's fear. But for friends, there's this other really tricky layer, uncertainty about your role. You're not their spouse, you're not their parent, so where do you fit in? How much should you be involved? That question, where do I belong in all this, can feel incredibly isolating.
A lightning bolt. That's how one friend put it, and it's perfect. Because it's just that sudden, that electrifying. One moment, you're planning your next vacation together, and the next, the entire landscape of your shared future is just irrevocably altered.
Okay, so once that initial shock starts to settle, and it does eventually, a new reality begins to set in. The friendship isn't over, not by a long shot, but the very ground it's built on starts to shift in some pretty fundamental ways.
I mean, think about how most of our friendships work, right? It's this easy give and take, it's spontaneous plans, shared hobbies, it's all on equal footing. Well, ALS changes that. Spontaneity gets replaced with careful planning and logistics. The dynamic naturally shifts to one that's more care-oriented. And the big challenge becomes, how do you navigate that shift without losing the heart of what made you friends in the first place?
And let me tell you, this new landscape is full of challenges. There's the emotional stuff, like this nagging guilt that you're never doing enough, all while you're privately mourning the old friendship. Then there's the real practical side, the physical exhaustion, the logistical headaches of trying to stay connected, especially from far away, and even the social isolation when other people in your life just don't get it.
And this all boils down to this central struggle, really. It's this constant, draining balancing act. You're pouring everything you have into being there for your friend, but you've still got your own job, your own family, your own life to manage. It's a relentless pull in two different directions.
So, with all these massive challenges, how do you actually help? How do you provide support that's truly meaningful? This is all about learning how to forge a new kind of connection.
So, let's get practical. It's so easy to feel completely helpless, right? But the good news is, there are real, tangible, effective ways you can show up for your friend when they need you the most.
Here are 4 steps that are just absolutely key. First, please, ditch the vague, let me know if you need anything. Instead, offer something specific. I can drive you to your appointment Tuesday. I'm making lasagna, can I drop a pan off for you? It takes the burden off them. Second, you have to protect your own energy. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Burnout helps no one. Third, and this is so important, make time to just be friends. Talk about old times. Laugh. Watch a stupid movie. Nurture the bond that exists outside of the illness. And finally, just keep talking. Keep the lines of communication open, because what they need today might be different tomorrow.
Now, as the disease progresses, communication can get tougher, and this is where technology can be a total game changer. Simple things like video calls or shared online movie nights can keep that sense of normalcy alive. And later on, assistive tech like speech-generating devices or eye-tracking systems, well, they become absolute lifelines. They keep your friend connected to you and to the world.
And really, this is what it's all about. You're redefining what intimacy looks like in your friendship. It might not be about big adventures anymore. It's about the incredible power of small, consistent gestures. A regular phone call, a shared playlist, a simple text that just says, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." That's the stuff that matters.
Look, there is no way to sugarcoat it. The weight of this journey is immense. It's heavy. But what so many people find is that inside all that heaviness, there's also a profound worth. There's a lasting impact that changes the very definition of friendship.
Your role as a friend evolves right alongside the illness. In the early stages, you might just be a sounding board, talking about their hopes and wishes. As things progress, you adapt, maybe helping with new physical needs. And eventually, your role shifts again, to focusing on their comfort, on honoring their legacy, and on being the person who helps carry their memory forward.
So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Your job as a friend is not to fix the unfixable. It's not about finding a cure. It's about adapting. It's about finding ways to connect and create meaning right in the middle of this new reality. That is where your real power is.
And here's the unexpected part. Through all the hardship, there's often this incredible discovery. People find a strength in themselves they never knew they had. They find a closeness with their friend that's deeper than anything they've experienced before. You have to lean on those moments. They're what will get you through.
Ultimately, an experience like this forces you to ask a really big question. It strips away all the casual, easy parts of friendship and gets right to the core. It asks, what does it mean to be a friend? What does true friendship demand of us when things get impossibly hard? What does it really mean to show up?